Hey everybody, as you know, I'm Casey Grimm, and we've gathered the few of you here that are here today to demonstrate to you how to change the oil. Some of my audience members were unable to make it today due to illness and the snowy conditions, but I've got a couple here, so we'll go with that. The information today about changing the oil can be used to change the oil on your four-wheeler, your car, whatever it may be. If it has oil, this process can be used. I'm going to give you a step-by-step directions on how to do it, so we'll go from there. Alright, so the first step is going to be to drain the oil. So you got to find the drain oil plug, which is located on the bottom of the engine block. And then you got to have a crescent wrench or a socket set and use the socket that fits the nut. Once you've located the drain nut on the bottom of the oil pan, you adjust the crescent wrench to the size of the nut, or you get the right socket set, and you put your socket set or crescent wrench on the nut, and you break it free counterclockwise. Once you have it broke free, then you should be able to just twist it off with your hand. Now when you twist it off, the oil is going to come out, so you're going to have a bucket that is equal to the capacity of the oil in the engine. Now to speed up the process of draining the oil, you can open the fill cap on the top of the engine. By opening the fill cap, you allow the air to flow through the entire engine, which speeds up the process and also cleans the oil out of the engine more thoroughly, leaving less dirty oil residue and allowing for a better cleaning. Once you have the oil drained, you remove the oil filter. Now, to remove the oil filter, you can just grasp onto it really tight and turn it counterclockwise. You got to make sure you break the seal. And once you have the oil filter removed, you reapply the nut by turning it clockwise on the bottom of the end of the oil pan, and you will have your dirty oil in that. And then you need to apply your new oil filter. Now you got to make sure your oil filter is the right size, which can be found in your owner's manual. And you want to make sure you lube the seal up with new oil. So you just get your new oil, you dip your finger in it, and you make sure you get a nice layer of oil on there to ensure a good seal. And then you put it over that, you put it there, and you turn it clockwise until it's hand tight. And then once it's hand tight, you want to give it just a little bit more to make sure you get the proper seal, so it doesn't leak or blow out on you. Now once you have your oil drained, you removed your oil filter, you put the new oil filter on, you've tightened the drain nut back up. The next step is going to be to pour the oil, the new fresh oil, into the engine. So to do that, you're going to need a funnel and your new oil that is of the right weight and lubrication that's listed in your owner's manual as well. To add the oil to your engine, you've already got the fill cap off, which allowed for the oil to flow through the engine to drain better. You stick your funnel down in your fill cap and you slowly slowly add oil by pouring it into the funnel, which goes into the engine and fills up. Now once you have what you think is the right amount of oil in your oil pan and engine block, you want to check to make sure you have the right amount. To do so, you come around to your dipstick, or find your dipstick, and you check it. You clean it off once, and then you check it. If I had actually changed the oil, I would not have enough. So it's about halfway, so I would want to add more. To add more, you slowly want to add it up to make sure you don't overfill the engine block. So again, you just grab your oil, take the cap off again, and slowly pour it into the funnel. And once you get your desired level, by checking the dipstick back and forth and adding as you need it, you pull the funnel out, and there's going to be a little oil residue in here, so you want to make sure you cover the end up. You reapply your fill cap. You fill that up, you got it tight. You're going to want to cycle it through your system a little bit. So to cycle it through, you want to start your engine, let it run for about 15 seconds or so to cycle the engine through the cylinders and make sure you have the right amount. So you let it run for a little bit. By letting it run, you're cycling the oil through the oil filter, making sure the oil filter has oil in it. Because when you put it on there, all the oil you add is just going into the oil pan. So by cycling through it, you're filling the oil filter up, which may lower your level a little bit. So you can go back through and check that. Now that we've let it run, cycled the oil through it, we've filled our oil filter up, go back through, and you check the dipstick one last time to make sure that it's at the proper level. So you check it, and hopefully this time you're still full. If you're not, just add a little bit, and you should be good. The used oil that comes out of your system and the oil filter can be recycled at a local recycling shop. County garages do this most of the time. You can take it there and they'll recycle it and dispose of it correctly, so save the environment and we can reuse the oil. I would like to thank you all for coming out here today in this snowy weather that's probably not fit to give a speech in, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Remember, the basic steps of me changing the oil in my tractor can be applied to your car, four-wheeler, power washer, mower, whatever it may be, to ensure proper maintenance of your engine and lubrication, which reduces wear and makes your engine last longer. Remember, to change oil, you need to have a socket set or a crescent wrench that you can adjust to the right size of the nut on the bottom of the oil pan. You need a bucket or some sort of container to catch the old oil. You also need a funnel to pour the oil into the oil pan and engine block. You need a new filter to apply to your engine, the side of your engine in my case, but typically on cars it's on the bottom. And you need the new oil that is of the right characteristics and lubrication criteria that's listed in your owner's manual. And by changing your own oil, you can have the peace of mind knowing that it's done the right way, and
not only does it give you peace of mind, but you can also save money versus taking it to your local mechanic or garage shop and having a mechanic service it. That's it.